This is the injustice Omar talked about. And Flex made a point here. He said the judges who send people to Mile 2 should go there and see before they send people to Mile 2.
Wallahi.
So you see, you can see injustice at all levels. Because the judges should, the judiciary, they should know the situation in the prisons where they send people. It's a matter of justice that they don't send people to inhuman and degrading conditions. But is our judiciary paying attention to that? The police should know. They should not send people into degrading and inhuman conditions. And the police are making people be sent to remand all the time. But the Ministry of Interior, the Prisons Department, have a responsibility to make sure people are not sent to inhuman and degrading conditions. And the budget is, they have the resources to make sure that happens. And they fail to equip our prisons so that they are in conditions that are fit for human habitation. And as Fatu just said, why they are sending these poor people, these disadvantaged youths, underprivileged youths, because they've been denied opportunities, because public officers are plundered. Public resources that should have gone to provide these citizens with the opportunities, you know, those people are now sent there, but those ministers, those directors, those permanent secretaries, you know, and so on, can plunder our resources and nothing happens.
And when they send them, you know what they say? The one person who was caught for corruption, when they sent him to jail, what did they say? Oh, their health condition. So they let them off free. So for them, it's fine. You know how many people are there with health conditions? And Madi, you talked about something which is very important. Madi, I saw that they were constructing a building. And the inmates, the convicts, some of them with hard labor, were busy making blocks and building this thing. And I said, oh, is that a new cells or something?
I saw it.
But when I asked, you know what they told me? Those are classrooms or offices. Madi, we don't have any priorities in this country considered straight. How can you do that when you know that these people are suffering?
The remand is there.
The remand is there.
You can easily have expanded the remand, and remand should not be in prison, in a prison.
You see?
Because that's also about international standards. It should not be in prison. It should be separate, because a remand is a holding place before one is convicted. One is innocent since you are there. You are just being held there to be able to go to court and come back. So you should not be within a prison. All the separation has to be done. So, Fatu, what is happening in this country is we are living with injustice, and, you know, and normalized by people who have responsibility to make sure there is justice. This is all corruption. And the time has come for Gambians to have courage, to have honesty, to have the patriotism, right, to practice what they preach. If we claim we are good Muslims and Christians, if we claim that we Gambians are good people, let us be good and demand our country is good. That our government makes sure there is goodness in this country. But the conditions in Mile 2, every government should be ashamed and guilty that this is what you have allowed to operate in this country. You even go to the police stations. You look at the cells. They are like the animal cages. That you have in our police stations, that human beings are put into cages. And anybody put in a police cell, in fact, you are not convicted. You are just a suspect.
Madi, please, I must say this. SAR and some of these officers use these institutions because they know how nasty and deplorable it is to torture our citizens. And they did that. When SAR brought Ghetto Pen, Ibrahim Sanyang, I believe, right?
Keita.
Yes.
Musa Sanyang.
Musa Sanyang, sorry. And the others.
Ibrahim Keita.
Ibrahim Keita and the others, the four of them. And I told you he was being very, very arrogant. You know what he did? He pushed them, he forced them into the nasty cells, which nobody goes into those cells. People stay in the Karaba station. There is a jail where normally sometimes the pictures that are exposed, that's where you see we are there. And if you just open the door, there is a toilet inside, and there are two cells. Now those cells is for people who they want to confine them. When they are getting very, maybe you have a very violent criminal, right? And you want to confine them, and that has to be put in a good place. But they have left that place nasty and disgusting. You know what Sar did when he brought those guys there? That's Ghetto Pen, Musa Sanyang, and the rest of them. He forced them inside that nasty cell. Because of people sometimes go there and they will just defecate or they will just take the piss there. So that place, we didn't go there. We stayed in the jail, right? But they put Ghetto Pen and those guys, they put them in there. That's torture. That's inhumane treatment, and he knows what he is doing. They put them there for a few hours, and then they left them to come back in the normal place. This is what our police officers are doing. They are weaponizing these spaces, the nastiness of these spaces, to infringe mental and physical, because of this thing is going into your, you know, you can't cut any kind of diseases.
That is why we say they are political prisoners. And I see, you know, when we say that people would no, but you know, what is political prisoner? I mean, arguing about that. But just listen to this.
This is
what crime have you committed?
Nothing.
Really?
nothing.
Just to demand accountability, demand efficiency, to stand against corruption, to stand against injustice, to voice it out, and stand in a public place, and you get arrested, and then, you know, laws and weaponized to punish you in that manner. Now, any Gambian who has any iota of decency in you, any, you know, you should be furious and be ready to stand from today to make sure that justice prevails in this country, to demand President Barrow uphold his oath and make sure justice and goodness prevail in this country throughout our institutions. What you are saying, this is injustice. This is abuse of power. This is total disregard of the law. And this is the culture that we have been living in this country for the past 60 years. And it has to stop. And this is why Team Gomsabopa and Gala are so significant. And this is not going to stop by some workshop at the Caraba Beach Hotel.
No.
This is not going to stop by some seminar at Tendaba Camp.
No.
This is not going to stop by some report written by the National Human Rights Commission, because they have written reports, made recommendations, and they ignore them. Yeah. So this is not going to, that's not going to stop, because I mean, Tango or the Bar Association, or, you know, I mean, our CSOs have organized some meeting at Sarada Karabaja International. We've done that. The time has come for our people to be serious, to say, look, this has to stop, because it is not as if the capacity is not there, or the resources are not there, or they don't know. What everything you are saying here, the IGP Sidi Mukhtar knows it. The Attorney General Daura Jallow knows it. In 2017, when Batambedu was Minister of Justice and Ahmed Maifati were the Minister of Interior, they went to visit Mile 2. And they lamented the conditions in Mile 2.
Till now.
But they spent their entire time as ministers, and they never did anything to solve this place. All right? The Minister of Interior, Mr. Abdullah Sanyang, who was a career police officer until IGP, knows what is in Mile 2. And now you are at the highest policy making body for Mile 2, and you sit there and neglect it. I mean, that is unconscionable. And this is the problem of our public officials. Their lack of conscience, their lack of patriotism, their lack of, I mean, regard for the dignity of Gambians. I mean, it's despicable. I mean, this is what we need to deal with.
Demolish. Mile 2 must be demolished, brought down to the ground, and risen up again.
The reason why